Matthias De Ligt has been out with an injury since the 30th of November now. In this video, I want to talk about what's going on with De Ligt. Should Manchester United sell De Ligt and have a conversation about his kind of injuries and his future at Manchester United? Now, if we're being honest, I'm very, very concerned initially. The fact that he's been out for around 4 or 5 months with no real return date. Carrick has indicated that he could be out for the season, and we'll talk about that. But let's go right back to the start. So when did the injury occur? So the injury occurred, he actually played the full game against Crystal Palace on the 30th of November, in which Manchester United won 2-1, and he was very, very good in that game. He had one or two slip-ups, I remember, but all in all, he was fantastic. And then it was, after that, Amorim said that he's injured, he should be back in the next few weeks. And then obviously that's progressed until now. And it's every press conference, Carrick is getting asked about Matthias De Ligt, when's he going to be back, any updates. He's had a few setbacks, but all we know is that De Ligt, he was close to returning and then had a few setbacks. They don't want to rush anything just in case he picks up another injury. And the injury that he does have is a back injury. Now, as I said, I'm massively concerned. I think De Ligt, he's a very, very good player. Don't get me wrong. I think if he's fit, he's definitely my starting centre-back alongside Martinez. But again, as I talked about Martinez a few weeks ago, De Ligt, availability is the best ability, and De Ligt, he's had quite a few injuries. This one's a new injury apparently with his back, and back injuries tend to be very difficult for footballers to play with. I think I've seen Rio Ferdinand talk about it. It is very difficult to play with those sort of injuries. Now, as I said, in terms of a return date for him, there's no kind of diagnosis, there's no return date for him. If we look at someone like Dolge, for example, Carrick said he's going to be back in the next few weeks, and the reports were about 10 weeks. There wasn't really anything about De Ligt in that aspect. So I think that's something to be concerned about, definitely. And the fact that De Ligt hasn't been back, hasn't been available, you have to definitely look at considering replacement. As I said, I think he has some very, very good attributes that would make him a top Manchester United centre-half. You look at his age, he's 26, he come to United for a decent fee, he's a good football player. He's someone in a back four I think will work very, very well. He's aggressive, he's physical. I think he is the ideal centre-back for Manchester United, and I said up until he got injured, he was United's best player. He started every single game, he had good performances in every single game, and then since that Palace game he's just gone missing, and we don't really know what the update is. I mean, if he is out for the season, which again there's not many games left that United have to play, I wouldn't kind of be surprised. I don't think there's any need to rush him back either. I know we are fighting for Champions League places, and Maguire got a red card in the game yesterday and all these sort of things, but I think with the players that we have, Maguire will miss the Leeds game. Hopefully Martinez is back for that game because his injury was less short term, and he can fully focus on sorting out De Ligt ready for next season. Now, as I said, I wouldn't sell him yet. I think he's someone who does. I'd give him one more season at the club to see how it goes. I'd give him next season if the injuries, like I would with Martinez, if the injuries keep up and he keeps getting recurring injuries and he's out for a period of times and you can't really rely on him, then I would consider selling him. But there's no doubt in terms of the ability and quality that he has, there's no reason why you would sell him. But yeah, it certainly is an interesting conversation to have because De Ligt and Martinez's injury concerns, does that force Manchester United to potentially alter their transfer strategy and go out and get a centre-back? We have been linked with quite a few. Murillo's someone that I like massively, and I think he'd be someone that I'd love to replace De Ligt. I think in terms of Premier League, Nathan Collins is someone that has been linked to Manchester United. I think he is still only young. I think he's 24, 25, plays for Brentford. I think he's someone definitely to look at. He's got a wealth of Premier League experience at such a young age, Murillo being 23. And then abroad, we've been linked to a few, Kalulu, Schlotterbeck. So yeah, there's no hiding that United are interested in centre-backs. Obviously, we have two very young centre-backs of our own in Yoro and Heaven. Now, I think, is it the right time to see them as a partnership? I don't think so yet. I think there are two players in hopefully the next 2 or 3 years that can gel and look like they have a very, very good relationship already in partnership. I think they each have attributes that will make them compatible with each other. Heaven, someone who's better at line breaking passes. Yoro, someone who's good at ball carrying. They're both very good on the ball. I mean, that's how you have to be, especially coming through at Manchester United and in the modern game. So yeah, I think centre-back wise, we have De Ligt, Martinez, they're two that I'm concerned about, and then you have Maguire, Heaven and Yoro, who they're the three that I think we'll see out the season for Manchester United if Martinez comes back. But on De Ligt, as I said, what's really going on is that you got an injury in that game. He's expected to be back short term. He's kept him out all the way until March, which is around 5 or 6 months. and there's no sort of return date. Carrick has just said they're slowly progressing, and hopefully that he is back before the end of the season. But it's looking likely that he will miss the season for United. And as I said, I wouldn't be in a rush to bring him back. I think if we do have Champions League football next season, he's going to be someone we rely on because he does. I know Maguire, Martinez also have a lot of Champions League experience, but so does De Ligt. And that European experience will be key in the back line. I think he's someone who, I definitely wouldn't look at selling, but let me know your thoughts.